fault. Okay, how about that? Alright, so we're going to have to cover some of this stuff again. Thank you, Steven. Let me pop out my chat here so I can actually see what's going on here. Okay, so where were we? Let's try this again here, since I just wasted a couple minutes of my stream time with you guys with no audio. Okay, so again, you can see where these pinch points are in this wiring harness. Okay, so if you have the lid down on this thing, this is all fetching up. That's definitely not a great thing. When the lid's down, it actually holds it in here and causes the lid to pop up, so it gets jammed up in this tray here. The other thing is, lately the extruder, the filament's been breaking here because I have a tendency of storing this with filament in it. So if you put the lid on and you push down on it, it's most likely going to break the filament here, and it's going to break the filament here. So not great. It hasn't been a huge problem. I have to go through and probably level the bed maybe once every, I don't know, month or so. So not bad. One of the little, there's 4 little positioning grommets, I don't know what you call these things, that are on here, that are underneath the build plate. That's what it kind of snaps in and holds it in place on the build plate. One of those is let go. That's my fault. I was actually washing this at one point, and to remove some of the adhesive that was on there, so that caused a problem for me. The humidity has increased here in Maine, and I noticed that the display, I am one of those people that doesn't like to remove the covering on the touchscreen displays. I like to leave it on there so it doesn't get scratched and all that. I ended up having to peel it off today because there was enough humidity between the layers of the plastic that was covering it and the display to actually create a issue for me. So I will try to move this camera again without like damaging anything, I hope. Let's see if this works. Alright, so anyway, if you look right there, that's the display. The display works normally, it's fine, but like I said, for some reason the humidity was just right today, so I couldn't do it. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Well, it's been raining for like the last couple days, so that's caused some humidity issues. Let's see, what else have we got problems with on this thing? Power supply's been holding steady, so I haven't had to worry about that. The belts themselves have been fine. They haven't had any issues. No, you can't really. And it's unfortunate too, because if you turn on your air conditioner real quick, all of a sudden you can't see anything. So you gotta make sure you do that while you're in your driveway. Let's see what else. Haven't had to lube up any of the bearings. There's no chattering or anything like that. I have had some adhesion issues, but that's just a glue thing. I haven't glued it. If you look right here, like you can see where this side's definitely higher than this side, which is not a great thing. So I'm gonna have to go back through and dial this back in again. But I'm gonna let this print because it's nothing important. So I'm definitely squishing the heck out of the filament here and not so much here. So I may end up with a fail on this print. So I may just do this now. It's unfortunate when stuff like this happens, but we'll see if I can get it to print without any issues. I'm trying to use up this semi-translucent like filament that I got here. This is the stuff that came with the machine. It was listed as being jade, and it was actually from iNSTONE. So other than that, this PTFE tube really does nothing for me. I mean, I'm actually thinking about just removing it because, I mean, all it does is sit here. It's not locked into place or anything. There's no grommet. I mean, this overall, the design is probably about 60% of the way there. There's definitely a lot of issues I have with this thing. I mean, the clearance on this here under the display is ridiculous. I mean, this thing just barely clears this. With the tube on it, just flops it over. So that's not a great situation to be in. So, all right. So anyway, bugger. So we're gonna let this run and see if it curls up too badly. If it does, then I'll stop it and start it over again. It's not like a big deal or anything. This has definitely been my my printer that I've been using the most lately. I just printed a couple of things for the kids for the summer school, so I don't know. You know what? We'll talk for a little bit and then we'll figure it out. So, yes. Other things going on. Yeah, I heard about Tom, poor guy. That's actually why I hadn't started my stream earlier. So I'm going to switch back over here. Oh, wrong one. Alright, so we're back on here. I can adjust my other one real quick. Make that small so I can bring it up in front here. That way everybody can see while it's printing. There you go. So we're going to watch that thing print while we talk for a minute. The overall stuff, let's see. Let me make sure this is set properly. So anyway, my apologies for not being on for so long. Yeah, all two. Hey, you know what? 2 is better than I was expecting since I've been gone for so long, so I'm happy to have anybody in here. This, like I said, I was trying to do a twofer on this stream today, which the idea was I need to release some content and try to get myself back into this again. Thank you, Steven. That means a lot. It really does. If you guys didn't catch any of my Twitter posts or Facebook, I have started a new job, so I'm no longer unemployed. Yay. Good stuff. Okay. The downside to that is that I'm very dedicated to my job, so it makes me very tired by the end of the day. So I haven't been doing the streams like I should. So I'm working on it. And for anybody that watches this and anybody in right now that has children, happy Father's Day. Since technically it is still Happy Father's Day or Father's Day. My daughter was awesome, and she gave me a very wonderful card this morning that she made herself. And she also drew me a picture in school. And it said that she was hooked on Daddy, and it was like a little, fishing thing with a little, catching a fish. It was really cute. I really love it. So, cats can count. I mean, they certainly do know how to leave paw prints in places, so that's good, right? Hey, Petco is not a bad place to work. A job is a job. So, anyway, yeah, I had a conversation with iNSTONE the other day. Let's see, how do I word this? I'm not looking for free stuff, but when I've been working back and forth with this company, on this particular printer, here, we'll do this printer right here, one that's printing, blink. I explained some of the issues I was having. I explained some of the things that I would improve upon. And wouldn't you know that they actually have come up with some new printers. I don't know, I'm hoping that they were not inspired by me or anything I said. I mean, it would be kind of cool if that was the case, but well, let me show you. So right here Yes, everybody loves Amazon.com. Now it's funny because I initially gone to their website and look, it's the Inventor Pro 3D printer on the same website, which is awesome, right? Well, if you go into here for product and you go to, like, 3D printer to look at stuff, that's all you get. This is the only 3D printer that shows up for iNSTONE. Okay, and this is on the iNSTONE 3D website. And I was kind of thrown, back a little bit the other day when I popped up and I saw this little, I don't know what to call this. It looks like they have, let's see, we'll pop up this so we can look at the pictures here. It looks like they've kind of re-engineered or come up with a smaller printer. This looks like it's more like a 5x5, kind of printer. It's got the, the Bowden style tube on there, I'm guessing. So it's probably one of those knockoff E3D type deals. I don't know for sure. Kind of looks that way. So it's got the, the extruder, and then it's got the hot end over here. So like I said, I'm guessing it's like an E3D style hot end. I don't know. It's got some weird dial stuff going on up there. Let's see, what do we got? Yeah, it looks like a really weird designed machine. I'm not sure why this thing, the print area or the print head section is so huge. Maybe they're trying to cover some stuff up. Looks like they did reuse some of their existing, cables and stuff. This kind of seems like a setback for them. I mean, it's not a touchscreen anymore. Now it's a scroll, which, again, I mean, if you're going for the market, I mean, this thing's 190 something bucks, I think. I don't like the idea of it looks like the power supply is actually right here where it plugs in. And then it's got the, I'm guessing the USB port. It's got a micro USB here. So, not sure, like, how I feel about this whole thing. But it looks like they're sending glue sticks now instead of the glue that I have, which I would gladly show you a picture of here in a second. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it looks like they learned some mistakes from their mistakes on this first printer. Yeah, kind of. Actually, I'm glad you said that, Steven, about the Monoprice Select Mini. I'll show you something else real quick. But yeah, I mean, exterior spool holder, I'm a big fan of that. However, I'm wondering if this is a full-size spool or if this is, again, a half-kilogram spool. If it is a half-kilogram spool, then I'm pretty sure that we're going to have to reprint some kind of holder for this, just so you can keep the 1 kilogram spool in there, or spool in there. They do have some nice color options. They look a little cheesy. Again, it looks like it's the injection molded plastic parts again, which I haven't had any issues. I mean, there's a little bit of vibration noise on the iNSTONE I'm using now, but so anyway, yeah, 197 bucks is what this is showing on Prime. I had talked to them about it the other day, and I said, you guys got these new printers out. I was like, did you want me to look at them? And again, I'm not offering to get free stuff, but there's not a lot of videos on the iNSTONE 3D printers, so I figured that, if they really wanted to... Yeah, I know. That would be kind of cool if the white was black. But yeah, I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to, coax them into giving me a free printer, but you'd figure that somebody that's done the work for them, kind of going through this thing and helping them out, trying to get a little bit better development, maybe they would kind of approach me and let me know, hey, we got a new product, do you want to try it out? Even if I was just going to purchase it, you'd think they would have contacted me, but they did not. So, but the other funny thing is here, I gotta pull up their iNSTONE 3D. Check this out. They have released a DIY, which is really funny because this seems to be a recurring theme here lately. It's like the 5x5 again, I believe. Yeah, it does. this is becoming, I guess these are becoming more popular for some of the, you know, entry hobbyists. Not sure how I feel about this being a DIY. I guess it depends on how far down this thing gets broken down. These are, it's got the injection molded, having a brain fart moment here, extruder. And I mean, I can see issues with the way they've got this set up right now. I mean, binding that up. I mean, thankfully you can get to the top of it, I guess, so there's definitely some improvement. I don't know why they feel the need to change this design. It looks like they kind of went with sort of a, I don't know, a half-conceived Prusa version. Again, you know, touch button, rotor, you know, whatever, little beeper. At least this one, it doesn't have that giant PCB board underneath it. Comes with the nice scraper. That's cool. Okay, so you're looking at the, yeah, look at this thing. This is how broken down this is. I mean, this would be a nightmare for somebody that's never put a printer together. So, yeah. There's good times on that. Am I not going to make the, well, I'm going with probably not today, buddy. There's not enough time. Might be able to do it tomorrow, though. Anyway, so, yeah. I was a little surprised to see this one as well when they popped that one out. That would be a good chance to do a, yeah, kind of like a Lego kit. I like that. But it does have the handle, so I mean, they're implying that this would be a portable machine instead of just a, you can come in if you want. You just gotta close the door. Okay. That was my son. Oh yeah, and this is right here. It's a 5x5x3. Well, 5.12 by 5.91 by 3.94. So I'm guessing the width is the 3.94 inch there, and then the Y, I guess. I don't know. So anyway, yeah, I saw these two printers and I said, hey guys, you didn't contact me about this. Was this something you wanted me to know about? And they're like, oh, we're going to have to get back to you on that. And I'm like, okay. But anyway, I digress. Like I said, I am not looking for free stuff. I just figured it'd be kind of cool. Yeah, I agree. It's a small. Now, I did see one of these at a hobby store locally recently. Like I said, I mentioned the really, really grand-sized PCB board. Hold on, let me grab this. That is going to be a... I think it's going to be a do-over. But that's all right. I can start it over later. I'm trying to get rid of this filament anyway. So... But yeah, so I was, you know, they asked me for all this, well, they didn't really ask me, I volunteered my time for them to kind of help them out with this. I haven't gotten a lot of support from them, but I haven't asked either, so, I was going to order a new I was going to order the new build plate, because it's got the little knobs on it. One of the knobs had broken off mine when I was cleaning the surface, because they had sent me this, and, oh, white balance, horrible stuff. Hold on, let me do this. Let's see if I can do it. Oh, you almost saw it. Well, anyway, this is that kind of like the Elmer's glue stuff, and, well, yeah, but I like to think of myself as having 146 quality subs. But anyway, I haven't decided what my direction in the channel is going to be either. Yeah, gotta turn that off. Hold on a second. Oh, I can still see the chat, thankfully. Alright, killing the job. Oh. But I can still show and tell. I mean, you can see the, oh no, it warped. What am I to do? It warped. Oh god. Yeah, anyway, here it is. The warpage going on. This is the power supply cover for the ANET A8. I am in the process of getting parts for. So, well, anyway, like I said, that was just something to get going for a little bit. I thought I would try to do it. I haven't done a part that wide in a while. I can show you a quick project before I mention my upcoming project. As you guys know, I've been working on the FT5. Well, okay, I had been working on the FT5. That is true. I could do one-on-one streams. I could ask people, what would you like me to talk about today? I have had, speaking of celebrities and YouTubers, I have a lot of subscriptions on my channel. Okay? I subscribe to a lot of 3D printing people, creative people, just, people that I feel like kind of contribute to the innovation or help facilitate innovation. Okay? I've been a little bit depressed lately in some of the content. Now, I know I haven't released any content, and I know I'm not necessarily the most interesting of people. Okay? I have a printer. No, I have 5 printers, but that is true. Okay, so I've seen a lot of YouTubers that I follow letting negative commentary get to them. That's sad to me. I mean, if you love doing this, just do it because you love doing it. I like doing the live streams because then I get to have the one-on-one. I mean, if I was getting kicked in the teeth every single day by people doing one-on-ones, then yeah, I'd probably take offense to it. But honestly, I'm doing this because I like doing it. I like bringing stuff out. I like bearing it all, so to speak. But I've seen some of the channels. I know that a lot of YouTubers want to make money doing this, and I think I can definitely understand where that desire comes from. It's a good source of income, especially if you get enough sponsored stuff going. I don't know, maybe if I was in that position, I would change my mind a little bit. I like doing this. I'm trying to come up with interesting stuff. But I'm not watching some of the other channels that I used to watch anymore because it feels like I'm watching 4 different channels that are all saying the exact same thing. If I'm going to watch the same thing on 4 different channels, I'm going to pick one and I'll watch it. Or I'm just not going to watch any of them. I mean, part of doing the YouTube stuff is to be unique and original. And I know I'm not the most original person because I'm still learning how to do all this stuff. I know there's 1,000,001 videos out there on how to build an FT5 printer from Folger Tech. But, the printer here, there's not a lot of videos on it. I mean, it was a reasonable price. It was on Amazon. I gave it a shot. Okay, I didn't have it sponsored to me. I actually legitimately purchased that printer at full price. Which was, I think it was $5.99 at the time. And then they had a deal and brought it down to $500. And I tried to get some of the my subscribers to actually jump on that. I know that there have been some other people that have talked to me about issues they've had, power supply issues and other stuff. But you know what? The thing is working. And I think they had support, help with that. You got to really love 3D printing to get into it in the first place. It doesn't matter the kind of 3D printer you have. Cheap 3D printers will get the job done. Expensive 3D printers will get the job done. The question is, what's going to break first? Because something's going to break. It's just a matter of time before something breaks. Then you learn how to fix it. But, so my FT5 project is sitting that way. It's not wired yet. I've got the manuals. I printed some out so I can kind of sit down and decide when I'm going to start doing that. I will get it done, I promise. The ANET A8 is down there underneath my workbench. The Ren Delta printer, I have some coding issues to fix. Again, the two on the bottom here, my cheap ones. The two up here, the FT5 and the iNSTONE, were about the same price. And the Jenny 3, I actually have it in my office right now at work. That's the most expensive printer I have. That was as much as the two printers sitting on my workbench. That one I've had some extruder, or extruder issues. I have to bring some tools to work with me so I can adjust it, so I can get the tension fixed and all that. But yeah, so I'm having fun with these cheap printers. Okay, you get what you pay for. Okay, I mean, it's untested technology that I purchased on Amazon, and I like it. I mean, there's some small things that, you know, I could do without on this one, or I would love to see better improvements done on this one, but for what it is, it gets the job done. It's what I'm working with constantly now. I have the other printers, which is great, but I have to figure out which ones I'm going to have on my desk at a given time, so I can only run I think I can run 3 printers if I did the A8, the Delta, and the iNSTONE. But as soon as I put the FT5 on the table, it's 2 printers. That's it. That's all I can run. So, oh yeah. Well, actually, if you want to go there, hold on. Let me show you this. I did some experimenting a while back, which you guys, I don't know if you remember or not. I don't remember how much I showed. Recently, I tested one of the covers for the Raspberry Pi. This is for the Raspberry Pi B+, which is also known as the Raspberry Pi 1 extended? I don't know what you would call it. It's like the precursor to the 2. Essentially, most of the projects that I want to use this for is pretty much useless for. I'm doing the Retro Pi thing. Mama really wants it, so I want to make it for her. And, you know, if that's going to help her be happy, then hey, happy wife, happy life. So, but yeah, anyway, I built the case for this, and I got to tell you, when I printed this with that translucent PLA, it's very tight to fit this in there. It's got interior notches and stuff, no support. I think I did a 50% infill. It fit, but oh my god, was it tight. So just keep that in mind when you're printing these, that it's you kind of want to look it over and see if there's any burrs, blemishes, or otherwise, and kind of sand them out. So that was a fun one. But yeah, supplementing with you know, printing and testing and stuff like that is absolutely something I would love to do. This was a test that I did. This is really funny. This is the radar eye from the BB-8 model. You can't really see it. This thing barely weighs anything. And the reason is because I found out that if you set your 3D printer to print at, to make it think that it's printing at a 2 millimeter, let's see, 1.75, 2 point, yeah, like that, just under 3 millimeter. And you keep all the other settings the same, but it thinks it's printing at a 3 millimeter filament. This is what you get. It feels like styrofoam. I mean, this is not a print that I would throw away just because it's so cool. It does look a little rough, but you got to remember, it feels like styrofoam. I mean, that's how lightweight this is. So, and then I had to, and this was the one I printed on the Jenny 3 printer a while back, and because I was running it through its paces to see kind of how it would compare to the Ultimaker. Well, this is printed with the proper settings. Okay, it's the same exact settings as on the other model. Okay, there's no difference at all. But you see how shiny this thing is. I mean, this thing is like, and it's pretty. It's rugged. But anyway, so yeah, it doesn't have any real shine to it. I mean, it does a little bit, but not much. But again, this is the difference. It's like, I didn't realize that the preset on the Jenny was set for just under 3 millimeter, 2.8 or whatever. So that's something neat to know. I mean, it's a really, really soft, really lightweight material. So if you were doing like I don't know what you could use this for, maybe a casting project or something where you didn't necessarily care what the finish was like, that's the way to go. It saves you on filament. And it sounds completely different when you drop it. So, former sonar technician here, so that actually means a lot, because I love the way things sound when you drop them. Again, this is the R2D2 bezel piece that I did for coupling, whatever you want to call that, the vents that I printed for the R2D2 project that I'm going to begin once my FT5 is done. Okay, so other things coming up before I get out of here. I have been experimenting on a website. I'm almost ashamed to admit this. I feel like I'm admitting something bad. I don't have huge amounts of money, which I am sure many of you that watch my channel are in the same boat. Okay, it would be great if I could go out and design myself a hover bike, you know, to like fly around, or to come up with these awesome like 3D printer designs and to design all these wonderful pieces of equipment. But I'll tell you, I don't have that kind of money to invest in that. Okay, it took all the money I had for my tax return to get the printers I have. So I did that for me, and hopefully you guys will benefit from that. I've got a lot of coding stuff I've got to learn here soon with the other printers, the ANET, A8. I'm going to be changing over to a Bowden style. Now, something that I learned from Joe, okay, 3D printing nerd, is that I didn't realize that the little coupler on the back was going to be prone to fail. I'd never heard that when I bought mine. And he showed, you know, himself soldering it to the actual board of the heated build plate. That probably would have saved me a huge headache. I did receive a replacement fan that I had ordered from AliExpress. Since then, I have discovered a site called wish.com. Okay, wish.com. Part of my other sort of series thing that I do, it's really just my channel, so I'll do whatever I want. But the more effective use of your income, okay? I buy things on wish.com all the time now. I mean, got a so-called smartwatch that I've been playing with, you know, less than $20. It's just what I'm looking for on my desk to see what else I got. I don't think I have anything else in here right now. They got some pretty neat stuff. There's a hat. Oh, there's a hat on my wall back there. It's a camouflage hat. I did buy that on wish.com as well. I go hiking. I do some Cub Scout stuff with my son. So, geek.com. I think that's wish.com too, though, isn't it? It's just the electronic side. I think you can still get all of that stuff on. Hold on. Now you're going to make me look. Let's see. Geek.com. Yes. Let's see. Well, yes, I am definitely not going to pull this up on the stream because some stuff pops up on here, I guess. Let's see. Tech news and reviews. Sure it's geek.com? Anyway, let me I will pull this up first before I switch over to show you what I'm talking about. The some of the relevant searches are not very relevant when you look at this. So I have to be careful what I do because you never know what's going to pop up on here at all. So, like for starters, this is aluminum. Okay. It's $12 plus shipping. Okay, so if you wanted to replace your... Oh, okay, yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, it's the same thing. So for under $12, and you could probably find this cheaper in a different version. Here you go. This is a better setup than some of the other setups I have seen, like the plastic or the injection molded ones. It's a great replacement for that. So, I mean, that is definitely something to look at. I don't know about how I feel about the nozzles yet. I mean, these ones they look to be kind of like the Bowden, however you want to say that, style. But yeah, here, look, this is the E3D knockoff. Okay, it's like a J-head, whatever you want to call this. Okay, $7. Okay, so you can go through and maybe get some of this stuff. Oh yeah, that doesn't surprise me either. I don't know. I'll have to do. Okay, I'll do an apples and apples. Okay, I will compare whatever I buy on Wish.com to AliExpress, and I will see what differences I come up with. I've had a lot of good luck with the Wish.com. It's easy to navigate, and a lot less of the payment headaches that I had from working with AliExpress. Plus, I'm much more impulsive with it. I try to go with like the cheaper stuff, but I mean, look at all the stuff that's in here. Okay, I don't know if this is any good though. I've never tried this one. $19, and you can get a 3-in-1 out, 3-in-1 out multicolor extruder hot end. I don't even know if these things work, but it's so cool that it's there. I don't think I'd get one. I mean, I kind of want one just because it looks cool. Kind of looks like an aircraft engine. That's just neat. But yeah, I mean, $5. You know, I mean, it's probably not the greatest of qualities and stuff, but you know, hey, if you're just getting into this stuff and you want to mess around with things, I mean, it's cheap. Some of it's really cheap. Sorry, now I'm like, you got me sucked into looking at this. Yeah, Steven, that's all good points. Yeah, I'm not really, I don't care if things are knockoff, you know, diamond stuff. For me, it's like, hey, what works? I mean, if I can get one of these things to work for a month or two, you know, I mean, for that money, I mean, well, hopefully it would last longer than that, but you know what I mean. I don't know if these actually qualify as all metal hot ends, though. I mean, that would be where E3D came in. But yeah, you know what I mean, though. It's like, I mean, look, you can get stuff fairly inexpensively. Well, 195 bucks, no, but thermistors right here. I mean, how efficient, how awesome do thermistors have to be to measure temperature? I mean, I imagine there's probably more or less accuracy involved, but you know, hey, whatever. But you know, I mean, you get the fans. I mean, these fans go out all the time because they're not your standard fan. I mean, they're welded to the plastic and they're little tiny thin things with blades on them. So I mean, get a couple of them at a shot. You know, I mean, I'm just blown away by the pricing and stuff. I mean, yeah, granted you're looking at stuff that's lower quality, but anyway, I probably should get off here in a minute. What are you doing, Buggy? Do you want to say hi to people? Hold on. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So, here you go. You say
hi.
Do you want to say Happy Father's Day to everybody else since you didn't tell me? Go ahead.
Happy Father's Day.
Okay. Well, at least there's that. Oh, you're ticklish too, aren't you? I forgot. See, Steven says hi. So, there you go. So anyway, I'm going to be trying to do some more of these videos. You know, with or sans children. They really are fun. They're just a giant pain sometimes. But yeah, anyway, it's fun. Thank you much for hanging out and witnessing a failed print on my printer there. I guess, like I said, I should have dialed it in prior to running it. But I thought it would be more fun to get it started just before. Nice. I like that. I got eyes in the back of my head. Don't forget that. I don't know what you're doing. Are you hiding?
No.
Okay. Thanks. Excuse me. All right. So yeah, I will be planning on doing another video very soon. This is me getting my feet back into it again. Hoping that you guys gleaned a little bit of information out of my ramblings today. And I look forward to talking to you again soon. So until then, follow me on Twitter, Facebook. I'm not fancy enough to do Instagram. I've tried. I'm not good at it. I don't do Twitch. I tried to do Twitch. It doesn't work for me. I know this. I work with this. Wait. Okay, I'm waiting. Before I kill the stream. I know sometimes the chat goes quicker than the talking part, so. Are you talking about? Yeah. You talking about this thing? This thing here? This is a orange Delta. I don't know if it's the one you're talking about though. This one I had to make some modifications to, let me tell you. This thing did not behave at all. Alright, I will wait for your link so you can show me that. And then I gotta go. Oh, well that would be a good choice. That would be kind of like the Part Daddy, right? So I think Part Daddy has one like that. Hold on, let me see. I know I secretly wanted to win the one from Part Daddy because that was pretty cool. Delta 3D printer with linear rails. Let's see, unassembled console kit. That is not it. The Overlord. That's the one that Thomas has, I believe, right? Sandlander there. Oh, let's see. This one is the one I have. Well, similar. The FL Sun. No linear rail. Ah, here we go. This one is the Anycubic linear. Yeah, Anycubic has one. It's $300. It is a linear rail, I believe. I'm looking. I should just port over to this screen here just so I can show you. Looks like a very nice setup. I can't afford one, just so you know. If anybody wants to send me one, then I would love to test one that works. That would be cool. This one's unassembled, so it's a kit, heated bed, blah blah blah, all that, just like the one I've got. But yes, it does have linear rails, and that is very sexy. Although, you know what? This is using extruded here. Hold on, I'll pull this up real quick. Okay, so this is using the extruded aluminum rails. Which is the same. This whole thing is the same as the one I have. The only difference is the linear rails. I could probably get those linear rails for this machine. It doesn't look like it would be all that difficult. Everything else is the same. So it'd just be kind of the guide mechanism there. I like that, Steven. I've heard good things about Anycubic, though. If I'm not mistaken, isn't there? I thought there was some YouTube videos on that one already. I'll put it in my my list. It actually looks very similar to the one that I tried to catch on fire. Actually, it looks almost identical to the one I tried to catch on fire, the one I showed you here. Same basic setup. Yeah. Linear and magnetic rods. Man, see, now you're just making things crazy. That's not a bad idea to do, though, for a project. I don't know, I didn't see, does this have the magnetic ones on it? It does not appear this one's the magnetic version. If you look at this, it looks like it's got the through screws on it. So that would be some researching to do on that. I think the linear rails themselves would be fairly straightforward to replace. Kind of a one-off thing. Because on this one, I actually had to make a lot of adjustments to tighten up the wheels. Well, I didn't actually catch it on fire. I'm just saying, I tried to. Yeah, when I did a video a while back on the assembly of the Ren. To look back on that, there was smoke came up the top of it because one of the connections was wrong. So, it's good times. It still works, okay? There's nothing wrong with this machine. It works. It's just the problem was that I had inadvertently swapped the two mains wires, which is not a good thing. But I didn't blow anything up, so that was a good thing. The thing is screaming fast. It really is. It's an interesting printer. Let's just put it that way. I've got a lot of learning to do on this one. Excuse me. I gotta go watch a movie. But yeah, I will put this on my list so I remember to do that. Put that on my 3D printer wish list. don't know if... I will have to measure these out to figure out which ones I need. But that is a very good idea. I will look into that. No, I appreciate it. I try to do, like I said, I try to do most of this stuff out of my pocket, though, so you guys benefit the most from whatever it is I do. Yeah, the linear rails it would take me a little while to buy these. They're not cheap, even on Wish.com or AliExpress, I imagine. But it is doable. Not a big fan of these particular linear rails though, because I've got these on the FT5, and the FT5 kind of a little stiff. But yeah, I mean, I can still try it. Huh. See, now you got me thinking about it, so now I'm gonna have to do it. I'll tell you what, we will think about it. These are my children. They're the children I paid for with my money, so they mean more. I will put a build log together for it though, and figure out what the pricing ends up being for. This one, the Ren I bought, was not... Hold on, let me look here. This one, I think, was right around 200, I think. I'm looking. Just give me a sec. Well, yeah, but I gotta name them first before I can put them up for adoption. Let's see. Oh. My orders. I ordered the Ren for $235. So that was just a little bit over the $200 price range, so. But that's not bad. So the linear rails, okay. I would actually say for the 600 and see what you can get. You like absolutely going for a kit, or are you going for a pre-assemble? You get a lot of bang for your buck when you go pre-assembled, like CR10, the FT5. I mean, those are big printers. So I mean, that's a big printer. I think and the CR10 is not really a DIY, but it's definitely it's a much easier DIY. Well, the CR10 right now is $529 on Amazon. That's if you get the Creality 3D one. Which I don't know why they brand these things. They're all the same. But you get a pretty large print volume. The only thing I don't like is that you get a large print volume with a build plate that goes like this. I prefer the printers where the head is what moves. I've started really appreciating that, and I kind of like that now. So, cheap Delta. Based on all the information I have with the cheap Deltas, I would say that Part Daddy makes a darn good one, but it's going to cost money for that. Ren is not bad. Ryan 3D printed Aspie, he's got one of those, but he's kind of like the expert on that, I guess. He's really good with that stuff. So, okay. I will look into mods for this one. No, not that one. Oh, see, now you're going to make me pull it up before I get off here. I will be out in just a minute. It's the See Me CNC. I think it's the Row Stock Mini. Is that what it was? I can't remember what he called it. I am looking right now. Oh, you know what? That's why. There we go. Okay, hold on. Let me flip over to this one again. Bloop. This is the CBCNC. Okay. The Eris.
I am going in.
Okay, so the Rostock Max. Where is it? Oh, here, we'll look at the kits real quick. Yeah, okay, so it's the H2 Delta DIY. That one he's got at $4.99, which is the one that has a significant amount of improvements on it. It doesn't have the linear rails or the magnetic, but its brother, I believe, does, which is the Row Stock, but you're looking at a much better price tag on it. Oh, actually, this one doesn't have linears. I thought it did. That's horrible. I mean, I've heard really good things about his stuff, though, so... Interesting. Let's see, where's the one I'm thinking of here? So yeah, the H2 is affordable. The Eris Delta desktop, that one is $549. I know he's a little higher, but this one's well, for me, this one's made in the U.S., so that's why I kind of like him. Plus, the guy's cool. I mean, he's got a giant Delta printer that he drives around with him. I think it was Steve, right? And that's just really cool. And I like to, like, you know, contribute. If I want to go AliExpress, I mean, I could. Let's see. Hey, I'm equal opportunity when it comes up to good stuff, so let's see. We will search for Delta. Let's see what we come up with. Row Stock Max. Okay, so yeah, same thing. Oops, I can't spell today. Did you see that? Nope. You did not see that. I fixed it. Yeah, I mean, if you do it the other way. Oh, that's a much nicer price, though, isn't it? An E-Cubic? Console Plus. Oh, this one comes with the optional linear rails. Oh, isn't that neat? Oops. I guess I should have gotten this one first, huh? So for $259.20, I could have gotten one with linear rails. So I'll be spending more money putting linear rails on the one I have than it's worth. Curious. Still has the screw-in guide rods, though. So, any how? Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Well, there you go. So you answered your own question. That's a pretty good price. Bookmark that. Here, I'll take that. Where is it? Right here. And I will put it there. It is in the stream details. Yeah, great seeing you. I appreciate the commentary. Like I said, I was actually anticipating on doing a really quick stream, but I had more fun doing it this way. So, all right, I will try to do some more interesting content soon. So until then, keep creating stuff, making things interesting, giving me ideas, and giving you ideas, and we all have ideas. So until then, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me. It's good to be back. I will make every attempt to do more regular streams. If you guys prefer live streams, I don't mind doing them. They're much easier for me because I don't have to do any video editing. I just make a butt out of myself if I make any mistakes, which is fine with me. So, anyway, guys, love you. Thanks for watching, and we will see you on the next stream. So, thanks again, Steven. Have a wonderful night. And to all you guys, happy Father's Day again. See you soon.